and he had a great idea for a video. That's right. He was going through some of my records out in the garage, and he noticed boxes and boxes of albums that had 9-cent price tags on them. And mind you, these albums were purchased back during the great vinyl dump of the early 1990s. And there was even I think it was called Record Trader or something like that. There was one out in the Valley. There was a Record Surplus in Santa Monica, California. I bought some of them, and they were trying to, because everybody thought vinyl was going away forever, so they actually had a place that said you could either get them for 9 cents each or 12 for $1. You know, it had to really entice you to do it. I would just buy boxes and boxes of them. I was living in an apartment. I didn't really have room for them, so to display some of them, I just would just put them in the bottom of my closet. And Dallas went out there, and he's been collecting vinyl for many years, and he put some of them up in his closet in his room very proudly. And we never take the tags off. First of all, if you take the tags off, you might damage the album because they've been on there so long. And there's kind of a badge of pride. I know I did have not John Denver, Robbie Krieger signed my Morrison Hotel album that I paid 99 cents for. And he didn't. I thought he would be a little offended by that, but no, just signed it very seriously. Anyway, without any further ado, I'll let Dallas show you the first album here that we found.
A very underrated Who album with Kenny Jones on drums. I think you can see the 9-cent price tag. It's really good. It's hard. It's got Eminence front and
Athena.
It's hard. Athena's on there.
Cooks County. Cry If You Want To.
Dangerous, a great song.
Yeah, that was written by
very
John
very
Anderson.
underrated album.
I was watching an interview, and it was saying how after Keith Moon died in '78, they were thinking about just not getting together anymore, but then they did this extra, couple of years, couple albums that they put out. That's crazy. I think they have retired more than any other band in history. This was supposed to be their final album, 1982, I believe, or 82, or
I think it was 82,
something like that. I actually like that. I have 82. A T-shirt with that picture on it, a tour shirt.
It's a very good album.
Yeah, I really like it. I thought it was very underrated.
They always rank it very low in the discography. I think kind of unfairly.
It's one of my favorites, really. I'll be controversial. I really like it. I guess I was growing up, in high school, and that was new also. So I really, listened to it a lot. All right. What do we have here? We got some beefcake for you.
Pound cake.
Pound cake, or it should be.
5150.
That's the code for a Psychopath on the Loose or something like that.
The best Van Hagar album. It's got Why Can't This Be Love? Another 9-cent album. Very, very good.
Good condition too, really. It's crazy how much some of this stuff is going for now, as opposed to back in the 90s when it was just people were just trying to get rid of it. But yet some albums always retain their value, but it's just going through the roof right now. Wings at the Speed of Sound. There it is. Paul McCartney and Wings. That one has Let 'Em In and
Silly Love Songs. What else is on this one?
Cook of the House. Is that a Linda McCartney song? Yeah, that's
Cook of the House.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
Not too
Wings at the Speed of Sound, but that was a number one hit for him, for Paul McCartney.
Silly Love Songs.
Silly Love Songs. Yeah. The bicentennial year for America. Oh, we've got some Jethro Tull here. This is kind of interesting because I know that their first greatest hits album is probably more well known than their second greatest hits, but this one has some really cool songs on it, like
I think it's a brick part four, edit number 4. That's interesting.
Cross-Eyed Mary, Too Old to Rock and Roll, War Child, To Cry You a Song, Minstrel in the Gallery.
This one was marked down from $1.99 to 9 cents.
Yeah, a desperate plea to just clear some space in the record store there. Now this one, didn't Rolling Stone magazine give him the greatest album of all time?
Number 1 spot. This is a double LP for 9 cents. That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you think about it, it's like 4.5 cents an album or something like that.
Wow. Live.
Marvin
The
Gaye
London
live.
Palladium.
I think we walked past the London Palladium when we were in England. That's the Beatles played there too, I think, didn't they? A lot of great artists played at the Palladium, including Tom Jones. That's right. I
know
think,
that.
yeah, they've got a lot of good artists there. They recently had Elvis's guitar player. I forget his name.
Scotty Moore.
Scotty Moore, possibly one of those guys. They had Ron Wood and a lot of guest stars coming in and paying tribute there. Now, this is a really good album. Probably my favorite Rush album, Moving Pictures. Kind of reminds me of a scene from The Omen or something, but I don't know. Are women into Rush? I think it's mostly men, but
It's a great album.
band.
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer is on there.
Limelight. It's a great instrumental song called YYZ is on this one. Rush.
I did get to see Rush, unfortunately, without Neil Peart when they were playing at the Taylor Hawkins concert at the Forum last year. They paid a tribute concert, and I got to see Rush. Yeah, I was like, all the guys were excited about Rush, but the women, they were waiting for Miley to come out or whatever. I don't know. Or the James Gang reunion, that's another kind of guy thing, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. I tried to give this album to a friend. He refused to take it. This was back in the, I would say, late 80s. Now I'm looking at the prices online. Wow, Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney. It's they released the deluxe version on CD with extra songs, and I think also on vinyl. This is kind of cool. It almost has like a Braille writing on it here. They put a lot of detail into it. I don't know. I don't read Braille, but I'm sure it probably says Red Rose Speedway or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, it's got gatefold. It has photos and posters, and it really, Paul McCartney shaving. It's pretty cool. My Love was on there. Wrote that about Linda, of course. And it's kind of an interesting album. Red Rose, one of the early Wings albums. I think that's the most famous song on there. But it's a good album. I don't know why he gave it back to you. He says, I have no use for this. Just I was trying to be nice, but but he just wasn't interested. Anyway, I remember when this album came out. This was around, I'm gonna say 78, something like that off the top of my head. London Town. I remember that song came out with A Little Luck. Kind of had a little disco groove to it, a little rockin' song there. It was pretty cool. Cafe on the Left Bank. Very British. I think we saw this bridge, didn't they?
Yeah, the Tower Bridge.
The Tower Bridge. Right over the River Thames there.
There it is. Denny Lane.
Denny Lane, that's right. And Linda and Paul. And it's in shrink wrap, too. That's what I like about it. Nice. Keeps it in open shrink wrap for 9 cents. Wow, what else? Oh, you got a poster too, of course.
Wow.
It's a beautiful poster. I used to have this up in my room. I paid a little more than 9 cents for it when I bought it, but I don't know if you can see this poster, but it is a really
Wow.
dashing poster there. I'm just going to show you part of it. I think
Wow, it's
this
double-sided.
double-sided poster, and here's the McCartney side that I so proudly displayed in my room. I don't know if you can see it. It's just we don't have a lot of space here, but it's something like that. Yeah,
There it is. That's cool.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I forgot
Kenny
about the
Lane.
poster.
Wow.
Yeah, those are the trilogy, the three power forces of
Wings.
Wing. I miss Jimmy McCulloch though. He was a great guitarist. I don't want to bend this the wrong way, you know, but I think I'm doing it wrong for some reason. This probably has to come up or something. I don't know. Yeah.
There we go.
Is it?
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
That's it.
Lots of cool stuff for 9 cents. I kid you not. This one here, they had so many of them. I think I bought like 5 or 6 Ram albums or something. This is
Very
really
good album.
yeah. It's a really cool
Backseat of
album.
My Car is on that one, and Ram On.
Too many people.
Great ukulele song, Ram On.
I think was Too Many People Paul's answer to Power to the People or something like that. They were kind of going back and forth with
Heart of the
John
Country,
Lennon.
that's a good song.
Monkberry Moon Delight, one of my favorites.
And the only song that John Lennon ever appreciated McCartney writing, Uncle Albert.
I love that song.
There's a version of Lennon doing it.
Kind of doing a parody of it or something, right?
Yeah, but I think he liked it.
Oh, Lennon
liked
oh,
that
he
song.
liked that song.
I think he liked that
He's
song.
got the little, megaphone sound. We're so easily pulled away. It's like 3 songs in one.
I think he liked that.
Maybe a precursor to Band on the Run. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it because that also has about 2 or different 3 songs packed into one. Here is McCartney's first solo album right after the Beatles. He plays every single instrument. Yay. And it's a cute picture of Paul and his child there. And the song is Maybe I'm Amazed, but I always like the live version better than the studio version. But it's interesting album. It's the first of 3 McCartney albums where he plays every instrument.
Speaking of the live version, Wings Over America, triple album, 9 cents.
So we're looking at exactly 3 cents an
For
album
vinyl,
of
that is-
per vinyl, if you want to break it down here.
This is an incredible. Basically, every McCartney hit, he does Live and Let Die, Rock Show, Spirits of Ancient Egypt. And he lets his other band members sing a couple songs on this one. He gets Dave Lane to sing the Richard Corey. He lets
Yeah, the Simon and Garfunkel
great
song.
song.
Richard Corey went home one night and put a bullet through his head. It was based on a poem, and that album is great. There's a movie called Rock Show. It also has a poster. I'm not sure if it's included in this one. That I also posted in my room. I used to just stare at that. I had a big, wood unit phonograph with the speakers, everything built in. I would just sit there because they didn't have music video back then, and that I could see. So I would just look at that picture and imagine them performing live. That's it for hours. Just it was such a great action shot.
It was great.
Paul McCartney. That was my first Paul McCartney album. I really got into it. I remember getting so excited of going to Records R Us, the local record store in Los Angeles near my house. I could actually walk there, and I bought it brand new. Who knew that I would eventually get it for 9 cents? I do have it on. They released it on CD a couple of years ago. Re-released it, and it has lots of extras. Stuff from the Cow Palace and that. Anyway, here is Vinyl Benji from Instagram's favorite album of all time. He has like about 12 of them. I think I'm almost up there.
Sergeant Pepper. This is the
Sergeant-
stereo
The
version.
stereo version. It's the Capitol version.
All of the theories of Paul being dead, I think, spurred from this album. It's facing the wrong direction on the back. He has to be dead. He's not looking the same way. He's got the gatefold. He's wearing the OPD badge, officially pronounced dead. There's a lot of theories behind
Wow.
this one.
Great album though. Lots of cool songs just pieced together as a concept album. I'm not sure what the concept is really. I don't know. But it was a concept. What is it? It's about this Sergeant Pepper
Band, yeah.
Yeah, it's
A
about the
fictitious band.
Yeah, and all the cool stuff that goes along with it. Here is Dreamboat Annie, I believe. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
by Heart, one of their early albums. The
Magic
Wilson
Man.
system. Unfortunately, I think they're still feuding. There's always something to argue about. The siblings, you know. Come on, get it together, ladies. You're in your 70s. There's not so many more decades that you can be ticked off at each other. You know, try to put it aside.
We did see them together. That was very cool. It was at the Forum.
Yeah, Cheap Trick opened for them. And then they split up again, and we saw them separately. I saw Ann Wilson twice. We got to see him up close at the El Rey Theater in Los Angeles, too. And I shot a video of it, like from the first row or something. It was Ann just kept looking at me, and I was like, "Oh, I hope she's okay with this." Anyways, we're not making any money on it, Ann. Don't worry. It's all going to your publisher. We're not getting any royalties or any advertising revenues. So it was just for the fans to be able to see. It was an amazing show. We also saw Nancy Wilson. She performed up in at the Rose in Pasadena a couple of years ago. Great show. We were also very close. I love those little small venues, you know, you get to see them really close. We did see the drummer. Can you point this guy out? He looks so different now. This guy, wow, I would not have recognized him the way he looks now. He's in it. What's the name of the group? Heart
by Heart.
Heart by Heart. And they have some other vocalists that sound like Ann and Nancy, but we saw them on Kiss Cruise, and we were talking about them in the bathroom, and lo and behold, the drummer came out. Thank God I was saying something favorable, right? No, I was saying, oh, that guy's really underrated. And he's, thank you, sir. One of the rock stars I've met in the bathroom. We'll have to do a video on that one. I've met quite a few of them, including John Fogerty. Yeah. All right. And Billy Preston. All right. This is the last one we're going to be showing you today. Another underrated album.
Probably the most hated Kiss album.
I don't know why. They were trying to do a concept album. I mean, the Beatles can do it, but Kiss can't. I don't know.
He had a really great producer, Bob Ezrin. I don't know what happened. It just kind of fell apart.
I think when they did a song about Mr. Blackwell, you know, that one might have.
Or The Boy.
Just a Boy.
Just a Boy. I don't know.
Yeah.
World Without Heroes is a great song.
World Without Heroes is really good. Gene Simmons sings that one. We did get to see the Door at Kiss Golf in Las Vegas at the Rio Hotel. They actually have the door. I think I took a picture of it somewhere. I got to dig it up.
Your hand on the door.
Yeah, just reaching at it. But anyway, it's interesting album. I would give it a listen to. You know, you know, that's when Gene decided to cut his hair short. It's gonna.
Well, he has like a long braided ponytail.
Really, I never saw that. Just see the. I guess he pulled his hair back or
that's
something.
what it was. He has like a really long ponytail.
Maybe, yeah.
I think Paul has his hair short.
This was Ace's one of his last albums.
Yeah.
I think he didn't. He
played on this one.
He was on this one.
And then he was only in the promotional videos for
Creatures. He
He
said
didn't
that
play
if
it.
he would have known
Creatures
Creatures was. He did that first. He wouldn't have left the group because he thought that was really where he wanted to go. It was like more of a
But if he
pop metal album.
If they kept going this direction, he couldn't deal with this.
I don't know, man. It's 9 cents, okay, and it's in plastic wrap. You got to keep it, you know,
pristine.
Yeah, and keep that proud 9. If you can't see it, it's really these are all 9 cents. 0.09. Just
Incredible.
This one they had to mark twice. this, you know, they had to put 2 9-cent stickers on it just in case you didn't see the first one. Put it in like a neon lime color to get your attention, right? Back in the 90s when you could buy an album for 9 cents, I tell you.
Couldn't
Now
figure
you
away
can't
back
do
then.
that anymore because of those damn inventory control cameras.
Yeah, at Nordstrom, you could.
Nordstrom's, yeah, if they sold vinyl at Nordstrom's, man, that would, it's just as many as you can carry out the door, you know. But anyway, I know we had some ideas for other albums we were going to present. I think somebody wanted to see Sting and the Police. He found a lot of good Police albums recently. He's great at finding these rare stuff. They were like a lot of like 1978 and 79, like
Sting's birthday.
Sting's birthday party and the Police at the Rat. I never even,
Have
is
that
there a
one, yeah.
club called the Rat?
The Rat. It's in Boston, I believe.
Gosh, it just doesn't sound like a place you'd want to take a date to impress. Hey, honey, you want to go to the Rat with me?
That one or the Syria Mosque in Pittsburgh are very weird names for club. We're gonna go to the Syria Mosque to see the
Yeah,
band.
we're gonna go to the mosque. Okay, get a religious experience here.
I don't know who's coming up with these club names.
Yeah, that was cool. That the stuff from the band at the mosque. He found this like 20-minute clip of the concert. It was made for TV.
It's very good quality,
Yeah.
like color
Yeah.
footage of the band.
And the album, I think, was broadcast on the radio. They made an album, like a radio broadcast album of it, live from the mosque. There's some other famous unauthorized Bob Dylan,
Syria
maybe.
Mosque.
Yeah, I've seen. Is it still in business? I don't know. No.
I've not heard of anything else coming out of the mosque recently, but
Yeah, I think after 9/11, people were a little bit scrupulous about, you know, all these Mideastern names and things. Just keep it out of the spotlight. But anyway, this was fun. Thank you so much for joining us on this odyssey into some of the albums I bought for 9 cents. There's a lot more. I actually used to bring them to work with me. I worked out in near Topanga Canyon, near Nordstrom's out there. And I had boxes and boxes of them in my office in this cabinet, and I had this old record player, and I would just play these albums, you know, for 9 cents. And when I left the job, I, you know, of course, had to clear my office out, so they all ended up in the garage. That's how that happened. But anyway, you guys have a good one and keep on rocking. Thank you, DJ Dallas, for this cool idea, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Don't forget to keep on rocking. Bye now. Bye-bye.